evening. I am Syawal Ahmad and you are watching The Resident, where we will be tackling a few gruesome facts still present in this country. Now, one of those stories is about a little known part of Malaysia that has once been the focus of avid investors and families looking to pursue a comfortable life. It is a place that had once held much promise with opportunities much abound, a place of dreams. Then what was once promised has greatly turned into a nightmare as this fairy tale slowly turned into a living tragedy. Now we are talking, of course, about Bukit Beruntung. We'll take a look at some of the visuals prepared earlier and you be the judge of this.
You okay? You okay?
Come in.
Got the coffee?
Oh, right. That was fast. We're out of here.
You're back with me, Syawal Ahmad, on The Resident. Now, Bukit Beruntung is actually a quiet township that's located near the northern eastern part of Selangor, and it's located right before Rawang. And that area has been developing since 1999, 1998, before the KLIA was actually built. And the idea of Bukit Beruntung was actually raised by the government and several corporations way before then. And it has once been the subject of many investors' interest. However, certain problems came into existence, and the bout of misfortunes, and it has since become, as how you saw it, ghost town. Now, and what is the state of the area today, and what's really going on with the corporation that was once maintaining the area, and what of the property values? So now there are more questions than answers. We sent our reporter there, Angra Putra, to the location and to check out what's really going on in Bukit Beruntung, and this is what he has to say. We'll take a look.
So here we are at Bukit Beruntung, and right now we're standing in front of a property office, property consultant office, and we also found this pasted flyers on the wall. And what we are seeing here is basically the prices of apartments that they are dealing with, and these costs are very. I mean, these costs actually the costs are actually very cheap. Yeah, you see, like this Teratai apartment, Bukit Beruntung, 15,000 ringgit. I mean, I don't know how. Well, I mean, we don't know how big the unit is, but just looking at the price alone is very surprising. And then this one here, Canada apartment, 6,178 ringgit. Very cool, very cheap, very cheap. Oh, and look at this Kenanga apartment, and yeah, even better, 6,000. Well, this one is here. Same apartment, different blocks, for 5,000 only. So yeah, 5,000 and 6,000. Awesome.
The heyday of Bukit Beruntung has long passed by in the 90s, as today we see only half-finished projects and undeveloped land. With broken windows and an abundance of lichen growing on the walls, my visit there was greeted by a scene no less different from a post-apocalyptic movie. However, this area was not always like this. During the late 90s, with the promise of a new developed urban area, the place was expected to be a booming area. Investors rushed to the area to nail down their payments to secure property within the location. Auction records show that the majority of the buyers were indeed investors who had probably sought to purchase property to be rented out due to the prospect of the area being perceived as incredibly flourishing. However, the fortune of these investors would turn when Islamic University and the new airport, or the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, as we know today, is now located in Sepang, failed to materialize. Bukit Beruntung lost its luster overnight and became nothing more than a ghost town. The area was bare of all inhabitants, except for a close-knit few who were tempted to confront us with our formal vests and cameras. They sought to have media attention on the area because of how truly undeveloped this area is. The place is, for a lack of better term, dead. Located right in the Hulu Selangor district, the town was developed by Talam Corporation, which then went bankrupt and had their shares and bargains handed over to Maybank for auction. Talam then changed their name after that to Trinity Corporation, that somehow suggested a quick turn towards a more religious approach.
There you have it, how Bukit Beruntung actually looks like right now, and how Anggraha Putra put it, it's a quiet ghost town. But we have him here in studio and he will share with us his experience of how Bukit Beruntung looks like currently. Now please, Putra, tell us what's really happening in Bukit Beruntung. Are there any rabid dogs? Are there any mutants? Are there any ghosts? Tell us what's your experience when you visited the area.
Well, from the visuals that you've seen earlier, I think you can pretty much judge. It's very empty. It's very empty. Yeah, very empty, quiet, and I'm not sure about rabid dogs. Maybe perhaps there are rabid dogs, but I'm not sure about mutants. But maybe at night, when the humans are sleeping, then the rest of the creatures come.
Meaning it's really, really quiet there, isn't it?
It's very quiet. It's just, I think even during bright daylight, it felt creepy. It felt like something was gonna come out of the sudden.
All these places are abandoned, the shop lots, the houses.
Yeah, well, not exactly the houses. Well, although there were a few housings that were left abandoned and empty, and because I made a few rounds. I forgot what the area was. That was it. Yeah, but anyway, I did make my rounds, and I saw quite a lot of abandoned houses as well. But the most obvious thing that you can see there will be the shop lots. Shop lots where people where it should be, the main attraction of the town. People will open up business in the shop lots and all that. There are quite a few different shop lots in the different spots, and there was this one spot where the shop lots are completed, pretty much completed, but then it was left abandoned. And then there was this another spot where it was pretty much half done. So, from what I've observed, most of the shop lots were all 3-story shop lots, and this is one particular shop lot, abandoned construction site. Only 50% done, so only up to the second floor, and then there were no roofs and all that. So, and it was left there to rot, really, literally.
When I was reviewing your video earlier, Putra, I saw that you talked to a few people there in Bukit Beruntung, and they told you that they had a promise of KLIA, promise of new airport, new building, new development, all that. So we'll take a look at what these people say and regarding Bukit Beruntung and how it was built.
Dalam profession ni sebenarnya diorang dah buat property kat sini, diorang dah majukan property kat sini semua, tapi apa yang dijanjikan yang akan berlaku dekat sini tak berlaku.
Apa yang dijanjikan tu?
Macam pada mulanya diorang kata dekat sini akan ada lapangan terbang.
Airport KLIA
Airport
katanya.
KLIA akan ada kat sini, tapi tak berlaku. Tak berlaku sebab diorang tahu kawasan sini tak boleh jadi buat lapangan terbang kan. Jadi diorang pindah ke Sepang. Okey, jadi kawasan sini masa tu dah mati. habis. Okay, memang tak ada apa-apa pembangunan. Saya dulu waktu saya pindah sini, saya masa tu dalam darjah 1. Saya duduk kat Bukit Selesai 3. Saya nak kena pergi sekolah dekat depan sana. Saya nak pergi sekolah lebih kurang dalam 15 minit. Perjalanan saya daripada rumah ke sekolah. Macam tu jauh lah. Kita kata memang tak ada pembangunan lah macam tu. Satu sekolah rendah, satu sekolah menengah dan bangunan yang kosong. Rumah-rumah yang kosong, hanya semak-semak samun je lah yang ada. Banyak kan binatang-binatang lah yang duduk sini.
Tempat ni tak ramai orang datang beli ke? Tak ada orang datang.
Datang beli lah. Dulu tu pergi mah, dulu pergi orang tu kalau mandi lah. Dulu ala kompor lah, ala Cina, ala beli, yang tapi muka itu macam orang cakap ala itu bikin rumah itu. Orang kita ala beli yang sini tempat lah. Bili orang tu tak tahu, baru bili baru tahu. Orang cakap sini bukan penentu ke Sentosa bayar baik. Malam kampung orang bili lah. Ismail bili nanti bawa muka tu tak boleh. Orang sini korang
Tak boleh cari wang lah.
bukan tak boleh cari wang, korang lah. Itu semua gerai mah. Itu bukan Sentosa itu rumah lain boleh. Sentosa kelai lain boleh. Sini tak boleh.
They mentioned Talam Corporation, the developer who developed Bukit Beruntung back in the 90s. Putra, tell us more about Talam Corporation, please.
Okay, so like you said earlier, just now, Talam Corporation was the main developer of Bukit Beruntung. And so the story goes like the government back in 1997ish, and late 90s basically, they mentioned of a development, a huge development that will bring abundance and prosperity to the area, and it is in a form of an airport, international airport,
KLIA.
as we know of now. So it was supposed to be built there, the airport, and then hearing of that promise, there's one corporation called the Talam Corporation, which is as a development company. The development corporation, they made a quick decision. You know what? Let's build up in this area because it's going to be huge. International airport. A lot of people will come from different countries and all that, and will be prosper. Bukit Beruntung will flourish into something big. And so they start developing here and there, and at the same time there was a big announcement. Okay, we're selling this shop lots. Come buy properties from us. With the promise.
They were selling it cheap, of course, to develop the area.
Well, yeah. They were selling it cheap because the more people buy the properties, that means they will they'll get the profits, and people, perhaps the public will benefit from that as well. And then as they're building those shop lots, the government made that announcement of a relocation. So now, as we know today, KLIA is in Sepang instead of Bukit Beruntung, and obviously with that relocation, the future just gone.
So what happened to Talam Corporation then?
Well, Talam Corporation, from my interview, with one of the property agents earlier, he mentioned of Talam Corporation went bankrupt because, the story goes like Talam Corporation, made a loan deal with Maybank, and then for the money for them to use to build up all those residential and shop lots area, and then since of the relocation, then basically no more purchase from the public, and so basically Talam Corporation ran out of money, and they couldn't pay off the loans, and they couldn't pay off the loans, and so basically Maybank seized all the properties from Pelham Corporation and make them.
We will take a look at a little bit more of Bukit Beruntung and the conclusion behind the story, and after the commercial, we'll be back with another segment of The Resident with Modern Living. Stay tuned with us. Welcome back to The Resident. On this segment, we will be discussing on the technologies and innovations that cement the foundation of modern living. On the segment of modern living, we'll be talking about two things, and one of them is water. Clean water supply has been the foundation of life ever since the beginning of time. And we were talking about a dam located in Semenyih and how it provides clean water and also electrical supply to thousands to millions of people in the Klang Valley and Selangor area itself. Let's take a look.
We're here at the Consortium Abbas Dam, closest dam to Kuala Lumpur. It is about 1 to 3 hours drive from the closest city centre, and it is connected to the Semenyih River.
The Semenyih Dam was designed as a strong measure to maintain water supply and water flow into the Semenyih River. Of course, it complements the Sungai Semenyih Water Supply Scheme implemented by the Selangor State Government by helping to supply clean water to the southwest of Kuala Lumpur, Petaling Jaya, Shah Alam, Klang, Putrajaya, Cyberjaya, Sepang, Puchong, Sri Kembangan, Bandar Baru Banggi, Kuala Langat and the surrounding areas. Now this is there's a lot of residential areas on these places, and they are supplying clean water and of course electrical supplies as well to millions of people. Lots and lots of people are depending on this dam. And it is owned and managed by the Abbas Consortium, which also runs various other environmentally inclined projects such as sludge and water quality treatment in Putrajaya. Dua Tuanku Mizan Zainal Abidin Mosque, located in Putrajaya, was built using metal. Now, these are not normal mosques that you usually found in areas and whatever, but this is actually a huge mosque, and it's known as the Iron Mosque. Now, what's special about this is that it's an epitome of modern air ventilation system. It was made using more than 6,000 tons of steel, contributing to more than 70% of the entire building. The project to build this mosque was actually led by a group called Kumpulan Sinereka and Datuk Dr. Nik Muhammad Mahmud, and was built by a main contracting company, Ahmad Zaki Resources Berhad, and it's now located in Putrajaya. The concept used to build the mosque reflects its environmentally friendly trait as being highly efficient at ventilating the building with minimum energy, light, airy and transparent. This concept makes it stand out from other mosques in Malaysia as it does not tailor to the traditional designs of most mosque architecture. How this air ventilation system works is through a series of wire gauzes implemented at just the right angles. Keep in mind that this building does not have any other cooling systems, nor fans, nor air conditioners. That's all the time we have for today. For the next episode, we will be discussing more on the property situation in Malaysia. As for now, I'm Syawal Ahmad. This is The Resident.